by N-Struction technologies.
Planning an electronic course design. The purpose of this video is to provide a brief overview of the steps required to create an e-course. The video is not intended to make the viewer an expert in the e-curriculum design process. It is intended to be an introduction to the process and can be used to develop the basic approach when taking on your first project. If you or your organization is seeking to add an e-component to your curriculum, it is recommended that you review our video series. Prior to taking on a large-scale project, you should contact a curriculum designer that is experienced in e-course designing. By viewing the full N-Struction video series, you and your organization will have a better grasp of the e-design process and will be more prepared to articulate your needs and expectations. It is assumed at this phase that the course designer has already become familiar with the learning management system and the content offering tools that are available to create and host a resulting curriculum. If you do not understand these terms, it is recommended that you view the Introduction to Electronic Course Terminology video created by N-Struction.
Getting started. There are 5 basic steps to the design process. First, determine your need. 2. Planning. 3. Content creation. 4. PowerPoint creation. And 5. Publish. Let's review the steps. First, step 1. Determine the need. Consider, is there a need for the course? What are you seeking to accomplish by this course? You should have a clear and articulate reason for creating it. If you are unable to clearly articulate the necessity, it is very possible that there is no need for the new curriculum development. Are there better ways to provide the training? Step 2. Planning. During the planning phase, strongly consider who is your audience. Does the e-design concept fit the learning needs of the intended learner? We must emphasize the word of caution. Make certain you understand your purpose and audience. When creating your course, make certain to use the following considerations. Address the individual differences of your learners. Motivate the students. Avoid information overload. Create a real-life context. Encourage social interaction. Provide hands-on activities and encourage student reflection. Step 3. Create an outline. Once you are certain that your delivery model fits the learner's needs, it's time to create the outline. Create the outline to add order to your design process. It will help you create a complete training product that flows and is logically constructed for the learner. The outline should consist of an introduction, purpose, objective, the intended learning outcome, the content, the review process, and the assessment. In the introduction, tell your learner what the lesson is about. In the purpose section, indicate why you are presenting this lesson. Next is the objective. What are you seeking for your students to accomplish with the help of this lesson? The intended learning outcome. What will the student be able to do with the new information? This step is very important. Gathering and organizing your content. If necessary, consult with a subject matter expert. As with any curriculum design, electronic or traditional, you will need to add a content review component for the student. They must be able to reflect on what they've learned. There are many ways to assess online learning. There's proctored exams, online assessments, independent activities, and more. You must decide what format will best fit your design and your students' needs. Step 4. Designing a PowerPoint presentation. PowerPoint is generally the backbone of an e-course design. In most cases, it is the foundation of how your course will look. Take your time and produce a clean and efficient PowerPoint presentation because this will be reflected in your completed project. You should note, many e-course designers make the PowerPoint design step number 3 in the course creation process. N-Struction follows a different and more efficient format, and this will be explained later. Your first step in your PowerPoint creation is to import your digital data. It is very beneficial to have created an excellent outline in Microsoft Word prior to this point. Next, import your image files. For the third step within the PowerPoint creation, start to record your audio files. Now is the time to provide a better explanation over the interchangeability of steps 3 and 4. As stated earlier in this presentation, there are varying opinions as to the order of steps 3 and 4. Based upon experience, it appears that many new e-course designers spend too much time searching for images or recording narrations. Due to inexperience, they tend to not understand what images will be needed or what narrations will be appropriate. Additionally, they are often unable to envision the most efficient PowerPoint slide layout on paper. Even with a well-designed outline, this process can be challenging. To compensate for these issues, it is often best to create the PowerPoint using your content, arrange the slides in a logical format, and lastly, insert narrations and other visual objects into the slides. And finally, step 5, publishing. This can be a very basic or a complicated process because it involves posting your content to a specific medium. It could involve web publishing, learning management publishing, or any other digital media. What makes step 5 complicated is your knowledge over the hosting requirements of your learning management system. Thank you for viewing this very brief overview of creating an e-course. For more detailed information, visit our website at www.n-struction.com.
Powered by N-Struction Technologies.